be great. What is up, everyone, and welcome back to Across the Board, sponsored by Moneyball Metrics. You have a modified Friday team here today, but we are super excited for the cast. We have myself, like I said, AlphaDog Bets, here with my guy, JD, from Line Movers, but better than the two of us. More exciting than our boring faces that you guys see every day. We have Stu from Monotone Football. Stu, welcome back to the show. Stu's been on with us several times before, and he's absolutely fantastic at all sports, but even better, he's the best at NFL, so we had to get Stu back on here. Stu, thank you for taking time out of your schedule. How are you today, brother?
I'm doing great. It's always a good time. I always appreciate the invitation. You know, I do my show a couple times a week, but we don't have the graphics. We don't have the intro. Like, we got that basic StreamYard music that everyone has. It feels good. It feels like a little call up to the big leagues, you know? A little bit of production into it, a little elbow grease.
Well, I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. Let's see how JD is doing this morning. JD, rough morning in the golf world. I see the PGA hat behind you. I just finished up watching the early foursome, and let me tell you something, that was not exactly exciting if you're betting on or backing the USA. But JD, over to you. Outside of the golf this morning, how are you today, bro?
Doing good, man. Doing really well, especially because as far as yesterday's show, everything that we talked about worked out. So it's definitely always fun to be on that next day. So
hell yeah. You always want to be on the air after a winning day rather than a losing day, right? I could definitely feel that. Well, a little behind the curtain here. Looks like we may get a little Jefe appearance. Just peeling back. I know nobody out there cares or really wants to know, but Jefe is moving today. He's doing everything in his power to jump in and give some plays. So hopefully we will see the big guy at some point during the show. Over to the comments. Joseph Stetz is here. Happy Quinn Priester Day, boys. Happy Quinn Priester Day, Stetsy boy. Unfortunately, it's a football day, bro. Let's keep it locked in. Let's keep it locked in. Today is our NFL day. And Footy, of course, our resident Penn State fan, is already talking about the Penn State-Oregon game. Footy, welcome to the show, and good luck tonight, brother. You know what I mean by that. All right. A couple things we always do on this show, boys, before we get going. We're going to do our recap from yesterday. So you guys ready to dive into the Thursday recap on a Friday afternoon?
for sure.
Let's get it. As I said, Thursday recap on a Friday afternoon. Stu, we have a new thing on this show that we've been doing, and it is our three-way threesome collab of the day that we've been doing with the three regulars on the show. We started it 3 days ago. I guess maybe 4 days ago now. We're 3-0. So to start the recap, the boys had the Seahawks on the money line. Got a little hairy. But thankfully to the kicker, Chad, he just didn't kick the ball far enough. And the Seahawks were able to get the boys our third straight threesome winner. JD, how did you do yesterday outside of our collab win?
Good, man. As far as yesterday goes, that was definitely a light day for me. As far as the Seahawks, I actually had them. Like you said, that got sweaty. That game really shouldn't have been. I'm not gonna go too far into it there, but that game really shouldn't have been. But other than that, my only other play was the Mets team total over 3.5. I think that hit in the fourth, so that was nice and sweat free also. So very nice day.
Love to hear it. I'll go over my MLB from yesterday as well. We had a big play in the Yankees, -1.5. They were able to get that done, winning by 2. We had the Mets on the money line, and we also had the Astros. So it was a very big day for the AlphaDog team yesterday. Looking to carry that momentum into a super weekend slate. Monotone, how was your day yesterday, brother?
It was great. Unlike you guys, I left the baseball streets behind once football season started. I said, sayonara. I don't want to deal with that bullshit anymore, especially as a Nationals fan as well. It's not even fun. I don't even have a postseason race to sweat out. So, I'm in the football streets, but I went 2-0. I had Trey McBride. He got the job done yesterday in the receptions department. So I'm fired up, man. Football's been going great so far. I'm 70% on props, trying to keep that going so far this week 4.
Mono, I've been saying your props this year. You've been absolutely on a tear. Before we even get going, where can our viewers find you? Where's the best place they could find your plays? Because after these guys, if you were not here last year when Monotone was on the show, I can guarantee you, after today, you will want to follow him and get more of his plays. So Monotone, where can the guys find you?
Hey, I appreciate the plug. Yeah, I'm over on Substack now, so you can go check me out over there. All my bets, all my articles. I do some free game previews for primetime stuff as well. And then obviously the player props, for the most part, are going to be behind the paywall. I'm also, just like you guys, over on YouTube Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Past the Prop, where we do free plays with my boy Player Prop Savant. So that's got the free plays. Substack's got the paywall. And it's been a good time so far. I appreciate it.
Hell yeah, bro. And I know your co-host, Player Prop Savant. He's an absolutely fantastic guy and an even better capper. So make sure you guys check them out on YouTube. And I see right there, you guys can see his @ right there, @Monotone Football. Check him out, give him a follow, and check out the Substack. You will not regret it. All right, boys. I think that's been a good job for the recap today. Anything you guys want to add on the recap before we get into this week's NFL action? And by the way, JD, the people are coming in here quick. We got 300 already.
I did notice that. Definitely are coming in quick. So, man, I think it's time that we go ahead and jump in.
Let's do it. Let's get over to the transition. And boom, we are right in to the NFL. The first game we're talking about, I'm going to have to tweet this one out in a minute because you can see the team on the bottom. We have the Chargers going into New York and are going to beat up on my New York Football Giants. Chargers are coming in 3-0 on the year. They're 1-0 on the road. Well, the Giants are 0-3 on the season and 0-1 at home. But that's not the story of this game. The story of this game is Russell Wilson has been benched by the New York Football Giants for the kid, the first-round rookie, Jackson Dart, making his debut. And now the Giants really have a new young core on the offensive side. Cam Scatterboo's now the number 1 running back with Tyrone Tracy, who's going to be sidelined with a shoulder injury. They're going with the kid quarterback as well, and Jackson Dart. A lot of young pieces on this Giants side and a lot that goes into this game. Monotone, we're going to start with you as our special guest today. We got the Chargers. We got the Giants. What do you got in this one?
Yeah, you just hyped me up. I feel bad. I don't want to go against your Giants here, but I do like the Chargers. I'm looking at -6 right in front of me. I'm kind of surprised that even hasn't gone to the 7 threshold at this point. I will say, I actually think Scatterboo in the backfield could be a little bit of an upgrade, even over Tracy. I like Tracy, good versatile pass catcher, but I really like what I've seen from Scatterboo so far. Even after that first game against Washington when he did nothing in the box score, one of the main things people critiqued him for was pass blocking. And he came out and laid out 2 awesome pass blocks in week 1. And after I saw that, I was like, oh shit, this guy's actually going to earn some playing time, because that's the way you actually get out there on the field and the way you steal playing time from another guy. So Scatterboo will be interesting to watch. But unfortunately, a rookie quarterback, a rookie backfield going against Jesse Minter and this defense is going to be really tough. I think if they set, I don't hate Dart. Like a lot of people are kind of harsh on him. It's high variance. It could go a lot of different directions when you throw in a rookie quarterback like that. I personally think it's going to be a little bit harder to be worse than Russ for 2 of those 3 games so far this year. But I don't think they're actually throwing Dart into an ideal situation. They're putting him against a tough defense behind a bad offensive line. I think Dable is trying to save his career 1 week at a time. I think he knows that
You're not wrong.
if Russ stays out there for another week, maybe he's gone next week and not just Russ. So you got to attach yourself to the rookie. You got to buy yourself more time, but you're kind of throwing him to the wolves. And what Jesse Minter does really well on defense is he plays a really suffocating zone. They play a lot of quarters. They throw a lot of stuff after you post snap, which means you have to process it in real time. That's a lot for a rookie quarterback to do week 1. I think interception is a little bit juiced, but it's -160 right now. I think Dart interception is a good play, because if there's one thing Dart is, he's confident. He's not going to go out there and be scared. He's a gunslinger. If you watch this guy in college, he's going to go out there and attack. I just think in his first ever game, that might lead to some mistakes and some interceptions. So I like the Chargers as favorites, -6, and then I like Dart, to turn the ball over a little bit as well.
Unfortunately, I agree with everything you said there. And another big point you made was Cam Scatterboo and his pass blocking. He's been fantastic at doing that early so far. That is why he started getting more reps even before Tyrone Tracy got hurt. However, you put it perfectly. It's a very confusing post-snap defense that the Chargers do deploy. That, I think, is going to trick him in the pass blocking as well. I think it's going to confuse Jackson Dart. So I absolutely think his interception is a great play, and I think the Chargers are obviously the right side as well. The way I'm approaching this game is I'm more confident in the Chargers to get the win. Do I think the Giants have any chance in winning this game? I do not. So I am parlaying the Chargers with the Packers, who play Dallas on Sunday Night Football. You can currently get that parlay at a -127 odds. It will be a 3-unit huge play for me. A huge play. Going to be one of my favorite plays of the week. I think that's going to be a no sweat where both teams win by potentially 15 to 20 points or even more from those two matchups. JD, you got any props? You got any picks? What do you got on your favorite team, the New York Football Giants?
Yeah. I don't have a lot else because, as far as both of y'all broke that game down just right, we actually talked about this game a little bit. What was it, Monday?
Yep.
I think so. And Dart, just actually like y'all said, this is not the ideal game to really start him, but we also understand why, because they do have the short weeks coming up after that.
Exactly.
So we understand why, but it's still not really a good spot. Just some quick stats here. As far as quarterbacks making their first career start during the season like this, as far as being straight up, they are 14-35. But over the last 5 seasons, with QBs making their first career start at home, they're actually 9-14.
That's better than the other stat, the 14-35.
Yeah, it definitely is. For everything that y'all said, everything here tells me Chargers. Everything. But there's some games, there's usually one every week that just feels weird.
Yep.
Just you get that feeling, and you're like, something doesn't feel right here. And for me this week, this is that game.
Really?
It just kind of like Stu said, I'm surprised this number has not gone up to 7. I really don't understand why we're not seeing a 7 here. And so far for this game, I'm actually just going to stay off. Dart, if there is a guy that I think, could have that good first start, it seems like it would be Dart.
I agree. He does look ready, right? He does look like he is ready to be playing in the NFL, but it's just this defense is so tough with what we know they're going to do against them.
Yeah, so that's why for me, man, for right now, I am just going to.
Did we lose him? I think we lost him.
There?
JD, we got you?
Good.
I don't know if we got him. JD, I hear you a little bit, but you are beyond frozen. There we go. You're back in the saddle.
Good?
Back in the mix. You're good to go.
Okay. Yep.
What was the last thing you said there? I cut you out right before you stopped talking.
That I am not going to have a player.
Okay, so JD's favorite team, the New York Football Giants, are going 1-3, and Jackson Dart is never losing a football game, is what I'm hearing out of JD. No, but we'll see what happens in this game. I'm very excited to see the debut of Jackson Dart. Should be at least interesting to see what he's got, because as a Giant fan, there's not much else we have to look forward to. Is this kid going to be good? Is he going to be bad? There's not much else the Giants have going on this year, unfortunately. All right, boys, you ready to move on to the second game of the day?
For sure.
Which I think is a very interesting one. Second game we're breaking down today is going to be the Indiana Joneses, the Indianapolis Colts, going into LA and taking on the Rams. Colts coming into the year 3-0. They're 1-0 on the road. Daniel Jones is looking like a top 10 quarterback maybe so far this season. I'm not ready to say he's any higher than that, but he's looking really strong for them early on. The Rams, they're 2-1, really could be 3-0. We all know how that game ended last week against the Eagles. They had their opportunities, especially late with the last field goal. They were not able to get it done. A big collapse by the Rams there, but they're returning back home where they have not lost this season. JD, we haven't started with you yet. We got the Colts. We got the Rams. What do you got?
Yeah, this was another game that we talked and actually a pretty good bit about on actually Monday's show. Yep. And for me, the Colts, I'm not really believing in them yet. Them and actually Daniel Jones, I'm just still not there. They've been playing great. And as far as actually Daniel Jones, he has been playing great. As far as the defenses they have faced, though, they are definitely not your top ones by far. So this is, I think, the first real test here. Because this Rams team, this is a very good team, especially as far as on the defensive side of the ball. This is going to be the best defense that they have faced so far. What the thing here for me in this game is, as far as the Colts defense, I'm really not high on them. That's where I think the issue is going to be here. And as far as them getting pressure, that's something they haven't been able to do this season. I believe in pressure rate, they're actually bottom 5. And if you let Matt have time, back there, he's somebody that doesn't move around a whole lot.
He's a statue.
If you can get pressure to him, that's the way, there's the best way to do it. And I just don't think they're going to be able to do that. So I think the Rams are going to be able to put up points here. That's the way I'm looking first. You can actually get their team total at a 26. So I think that's a tad too low. So that's the main way that I'm actually looking at this game. As far as the 3.5, I'm showing a little bit of value there to actually lay that. Just from, I don't know, if it's just seeing what the Colts have done, it's kind of, scared me off a little bit.
Yeah.
Even though my numbers are telling me to bet that. But as far as their money line, I may be pairing that with actually something else. But this is a game that I do think the Rams win, but I do think that they put up points. So give me the Rams team total over.
Stu, what are you looking at?
Yeah, this does have shootout potential because the Colts, I think what they really proved to me is that game against the Broncos, right? I mean, the Broncos are a premier defense in this league. That's a top 5 defensive unit, no doubt about it, right? So when you look at them dropping 30 on them, obviously the game was kind of wonky. I was Broncos better in that game. It probably should have worked out a little bit better for us.
Us too.
Yeah, I know we all feel that pain, but the Colts, I still think they showed that they can score on good defenses. They can put up points. They can stay consistent. And what I really liked, I bet Steichen Coach of the Year last year. I was kind of thinking, we could see him, what he did. I've always been impressed with him. He's a guy that not many offensive coordinators, and I know this sounds surprising to say, actually changed their game plan from a week-to-week basis to aggressively attack a defense's weaknesses. That just doesn't happen that much in the modern NFL. I know it sounds weird to say, but most guys stick to what they do and they do a really good job of it. They don't actually tailor their game plan very specifically. Steichen always did that. He always tailored his game plans to the opponent and what they're bad at. And what I like about this team is they have a good offensive line, and Daniel Jones is just spraying. First read, who does Steichen want you to throw it to? That's who I'm throwing it to. We're not making him make too many decisions. And he's done a good job. I'm a little bit worried that Alec Pierce isn't out there because the Rams corners suck. They had a corner injury in week 1. They're starting my boy Emmanuel Forbes, former Washington first-round pick, 114 pounds soaking wet at starting corner out there. Neither of their corners are over 6 foot tall. You can beat them there, but schematically, they're very strong. They get pressure on the quarterback. If you don't think of Jared Verse as a top 5 defensive end in the league, then you've been sleeping. You're not paying attention. This guy 100%. Is a game breaker. He's not quite in that top tier yet, but he's going to be there. He's very young. So I'm hyped for this game. I think it'll be awesome. I think the Rams, the 3.5 is huge. I would need the 3 if I were going Rams. I don't think I can go that extra half point because both of these teams play very close games, and I think this will be a close game. So I have a little bit more faith in the Colts than I think some people do at this point just because I like their coaching. And I honestly think this is going to be a very close game. So at 3.5, I'd lean the dog. I think dog or pass. And then I'm kind of in agreement that I think it's kind of an over game. I think both of these two teams can put up point. Matthew Stafford, PFF's second greatest graded quarterback in the NFL right now. When this guy's healthy, when the back isn't giving him problems, he can make throws that 4 other guys in the NFL can make. And I think we're going to see that on display because the other big thing, the Colts, Kenny Moore, slot corner nickel, is out. They're starting Mike Hilton off the street. Mike Hilton was playing Madden against Puka Nacua last week. You got to fucking guard him this week, buddy. Good luck. So we'll see how that goes.
I agree with you on a lot of things that you said here. I'm absolutely going to be on the Colts plus 3.5 here. I think that the key number is going to play a big factor because I don't know who wins this game, but I think we see a last-second field goal or something of the sort where this game ends by 3 or less in either direction. If that's the case, then you're on the Colts spread here. You're going to cash because it's a plus 3.5. One more question I have for the two of you, and I know I've asked it to you, JD, before, so I'm going to go to Mono first on this. Looking at awards on the year, what do you think about Daniel Jones as the comeback player of the year? Right now, he's currently sitting at plus 380. I took him last week at plus 750 before their big win last week, nice. And it keeps getting lower and lower. The real competition he has is Christian McCaffrey at plus 170, the big favorite, and then Aiden Hutchinson. But we're talking about a quarterback that was on a practice squad last year that nobody wanted, was a laughingstock of the NFL, and is coming in here and looking like an early season MVP candidate. So what do you think of potentially taking Daniel Jones to win comeback player of the year?
I really like that bet. I mean, I'm kind of surprised the odds aren't flipped right now. I will say the one piece of caution is that early season futures just tend to be like they look better than they are, because these awards, as much as we like to say it's fair, they tend to result in like the last couple weeks of the season. That's really what matters. So betting this early, you're kind of buying at like a peak right now. But at the end of the day, the NFL is all about positional value, right? And a quarterback is the most important position in maybe all professional sports, right? If it's close, I don't see how you give it to Christian McCaffrey over Daniel Jones. I really don't. We all know how good like CMC is. He's not surprising anyone. I feel like if it was between those two and it was somewhat close, if the Colts make the playoffs this year, they didn't even have to win the division. If they make the playoffs, I don't see how Daniel Jones doesn't crush CMC in the voting. Like, I don't even see how that's close. So
I mean, I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. I mean, one of them has been a top 3 to 5 running back in the league for the last, I don't know how many years, 5 to 10 years in that span. And the other one has been a laughingstock for the last 5 to 10 years in that span. So when one guy completely flips his career like Daniel Jones has seemed to do, how is he not the comeback player of the year? Like Aiden Hutchinson as well. I get it. Big injury. Totally fits the criteria.
I think
but
that's
JD?
the one you have to watch out for because of what he's coming back from and actually like how key he is for them. I think that's the one you have to watch out for, because I feel like he's going to do his thing just kind of throughout the year, where Daniel Jones may have some of those games where that level really dips.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So as actually like as far as Aiden there, that's where I could see the problem being. But I mean, like as far as what you're saying for Daniel Jones, it actually still makes sense though. So.
And just the value as well, nearly at a plus 400. Right. And like I said, I got it at plus 750 last week. I obviously like that number better than the plus 380 right now. And maybe you want to wait because this could be the first loss they have, and you could potentially get a much better price next week. But what if the Colts win this game by 20? What if the Colts win this game by 20? What are the odds going to be on comeback player of the year then? Looks like we have a very special, not guest, return. Give me a head nod if you're good to go. We got our guy.
What's up, gangsters?
What's up, Jefe? Great time for you to join. Thoughts on Daniel Jones winning comeback player of the year at plus 380?
If Christian McCaffrey is going to just be Mac Jones's outlet every single week and just rack up those yards and points, Daniel Jones has no chance of winning that award. But also, I would argue that just like in college football, where I think that Dante Moore is an opportunity for Oregon to really solidify himself as a Heisman favorite with a big show up in Penn State. Indiana Jones goes to LAR, faces off against a Rams team that I think has a fantastic defense, gets out of there with a W. Could change my mind very quickly.
Interesting. Before we go to the next game, you brought up a good game in Oregon. In 3 words or less for everyone here. Maybe you guys did it yesterday. I wasn't here, so I apologize.
3 words or less. We did it yesterday.
Okay, well, my 3 words are Penn State. That's my 3 words.
My 3 words are
Stu?
You're an idiot.
Stu?
Whiteout game. Let's go.
Let's go, Stu. On my side, I feel significantly better about that. Jefe, before we move on to the Ravens and Chiefs game, we did obviously just do the Colts versus the Rams. That's where we're talking about Daniel Jones. Quickly, do you have a bet on the Colts and the Rams? 3.5 point line favorite the Rams.
I'll be honest with you. I don't. I am looking at a player prop in that one. Jonathan Taylor's been going crazy. Can he continue to go crazy versus it? I struggle to say best defense they face because Broncos are a great defense. But the Rams up front, the Rams are better. I love what they have up front. They drafted so damn well. Kudos to them. Remember when it was F them draft picks? Well, they used their draft picks very well. Jared versus a dog. So I am looking at Jonathan Taylor, and I'm also looking at the under there because I think his number is extremely inflated. It's a lean right now, but that game is one of those games where that's not my favorite game. That's my favorite game to tune in and see what happens. It's weird to say this, Alpha. I'm rooting for the Colts.
Me too, unfortunately. I am on the Colts with a hook here. I think that plus 0.5.
What other game did you guys go over yet?
So far we have broken down the Chargers and the Giants, and now this game.
Oh, well, Chargers Giants will take me 3.5 seconds.
I think you'll say what we said.
I told you on Wednesday morning when on this Wednesday show, the Chargers were my survivor pick, and if even it was a survivor pick with the spread, I would take them alternate spread minus 12.5. I don't even need the freaking 7. I think the offense will look a little bit better, but Dart's going to get murdered. He's going to get hit hard. Chargers defense, no joke. I just hope they look like they have a game plan and it's not just Russ throwing freaking balloons into the ocean and hoping that neighbors can jump higher than anybody else.
Who?
Exactly.
Russ?
Exactly.
Come on, bro. Come on. We ain't going to see Russ in a Giant jersey again. It's Jackson Dart's debut.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. I want a game plan. It can't be just go out there and figure it out.
Well, the thing is, Russ couldn't throw it over the middle. So I think the Giants' offense will look significantly better because Jackson Dart, as Stu said, by the way, Jefe, your breakdown was almost identical to Stu's. That was incredible how you both went down the defensive line and draft pick route and went into Jared Verse. You both sounded exactly the same. So kudos to both of you. Fantastic work. But this one's tough for me. It just is. It just is. The Giants need to game plan better than they have.
You know what nobody's really talking
Dart's
about?
confident.
Derwin James is honestly, he's not even one of the best. He's probably the best safety in the league. He doesn't even get enough love for that. And it's going to be really hard to throw over the top in the Chargers because of him.
I agree. There's going to have to be a lot of at the line adjustments by Jackson Dart, audibling, hot routing, changing to quick passes when he reads the blitz, but he's going to see blitz, and it's not going to be a blitz. We're going to see what happens in this game. I think that there's be a very, very interesting defense that the Chargers do deploy in that one. All right, boys, let's move on to the game of the week, in my opinion. Oh, Jefe, by the way, my pick in that one was Chargers and Packers parlay, +1 or -127. On the money line.
That's fantastic. That is literally my exact pick teaser as well.
Let's go. Teaser, money line parlay, basically the same thing. Let's cash
Chargers, Packers. Yeah, that's my favorite teaser of the week.
Our guy Pick'em Nick in the chat saying maybe the Chargers don't wake up in time. This is the Giants' only chance. I agree, brother. Unfortunately, I agree with you there. All right, we're moving on to the game of the week, in my opinion. We got the Ravens. We got the Chiefs. 4:25 kickoff. Ravens coming in 1-2. Chiefs coming in 1-2. Ravens 0-1 on the road. Chiefs 0-1 at home. This is a huge freaking game for both of these teams. Playoff picture, team season-long expectations. A lot of it all comes down to this game for these two teams. Jefe, we haven't started with you. I know you're a little bit limited time today. What do you got in the Ravens and the Chiefs? Ravens 2.5 point favorites.
So leave it to me to somehow make this about the Buffalo Bills. That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Okay.
This is a humongous game for both these teams. Bigger game for the Ravens. They already don't have the tiebreaker with the Bills. They cannot fall 2 games back and not have the tiebreaker. But also, the Chiefs cannot fall 3 games back, and they still have to play the Bills later on in the year. This is a huge spot for both of these teams. If they want any chance of home field advantage in the AFC, the Ravens, who won't have a chance to play the Bills anymore, need this freaking game really bad. Ravens are coming off a game. I'm not going to say they got embarrassed. They weren't embarrassed. They just looked so fucking sloppy. Like, in particular, I'm not going to, keep going in on Derrick Henry and how he's fumbled every single game, 2 of them in the worst possible time ever. But Lamar just seems like sloppy. He just, I said it on our Monday recap show, JD and Alpha. He looks like he's literally just one little bit slower than he was last year. Literally running wise, processing wise, just this much little bit slower. Like things are just not catching up with him. Maybe it's early in the season still. Who knows? Takes a little bit of ramp up. Regardless, let's move on to the other side. The Chiefs got their first win, and to say I wasn't impressed is to say it really lightly. You had 2 bad teams in the Giants and the Chiefs, and quite frankly, the story of that game was the Giants were just worse than the Chiefs. Chiefs did not play good, in my opinion. They are obviously missing 2 humongous players in the wide receiver room, and that's going to help them immensely, but neither of those players are going to help them this week. But with that being said, I am backing the Chiefs in this spot.
Really?
I actually think that the Ravens have a little bit of a turnover problem. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, I'm a fucking moron. Like, at this point, Lamar's not taking care of the ball. He was so sloppy with the ball on Monday. And the Lions' defense is not all that great. And Derrick Henry, at 3 straight games with a fumble, guys. Are we just going to say it's a coincidence?
No.
He's
there's
obviously the players, the defensive coaches, they're seeing something on tape, and those punches are getting in there. Chiefs at home, they know how big this game is. I think they're going to open up the playbook, to say the least. The Ravens defense, which I thought I was going to be very impressed with, they're missing big-time players. I forgot his name on the defensive line. You know his name, Alpha. What's his name?
Matabuke.
Matabuke. Also, I know he's not the best, but he was supposed to be on paper. Jair Alexander's not playing either. I think there's spots for Kansas City to take it over the top. Look out for Tyquan Thornton.
Very interesting. Monotone, what are your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, this is a huge one. I'm pumped. I go the opposite way. I took a little bit of Baltimore money line at -138. You can still get some -140 around. For me, it's kind of simple. You really got two problems with Baltimore right now. You got the offensive line and the defensive line. I think the defensive line is the one that everyone's going to kind of glom towards because it was the bigger deal. But I think that was a direct result of injury. You got Matabuke, you got No Van Noy. Those guys are both questionable this week, so we don't know what that's going to look like going forward a little bit more. But for me, the thing we saw that was actually more concerning to me, and I don't think it's being talked about enough, is maybe some of the struggles on the offensive line, right? And I think teams that are going to be able to contain Lamar Jackson with high-level linebacker play are going to have more success. But I'm not sure that's really the Chiefs' path to victory right here. And then when I look at how did that game lose? How did the Ravens get embarrassed last week? Well, a team that had the best running back duo in the league and a great offensive line came down and they ran the ball down your throat. And they beat you that way, the old-fashioned way, the Dan Campbell way, right? How the hell are the Chiefs going to do that? With Kareem Hunt and Isaiah Pacheco, they're going to march down the field and recreate what one of the best rushing attacks in football did? I don't think so. That's where I fall off here. I don't see the Chiefs having enough weapons right now. I think before the sharp community and the casual community could all agree that Patrick Mahomes as a dog is a play. But at this current state the Chiefs are in, they got to prove it to me first. And I felt the same way with the Eagles when everyone in the world was saying, no, Mahomes the dog, Mahomes the dog. It's like the Eagles are a better team. The Ravens are flat out a better team right now. And I don't even know how close it is, honestly. Like,
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Could not agree more.
I'm glad you can pick it up then. Let's go.
Dude, you nailed it. I'm on the money line as well at -140. I think this Ravens team is substantially, significantly, whatever big S word you want to use, better than the Chiefs. I didn't see anything from the Chiefs beating up on the JV football Giants last week. They looked like shit themselves. They beat a team that literally beat themselves. So I don't think anyone won that game. The Ravens, they haven't looked great either. But when push comes to shove in this big game, the Ravens should have a big performance. I don't particularly think this game is close. I think this Ravens team wins by a landslide, but I am going to take the money line at -140 for a little security. I agree with Jefe's points that Lamar has looked slow in his decision.
Oh, timeout. Jaden Daniels and McLaurin out.
Ooh.
Hold on.
Falcons are a good play this week then, damn.
Just stop. Stu, stop talking. You have no idea.
Hefe's been screaming Falcons.
Do not even freaking ruin my signing off point. Are you kidding me?
Hey, well, I'm a Commanders fan. So
I have been screaming Falcons money line since Monday. All right. I sent it to Alpha in a personal chat. I said, pin this fucking text. Falcons money line. It was a Monday. They were at +120. I guarantee you they're are they even dogs anymore? I'm gonna be pissed if they're not dogs.
Probably not.
-130. -130 are the Falcons.
I have to start taking my own advice.
You didn't take it?
Bet
After all that, you didn't take it? I was so sure you had $1,000 on it. No.
I took it. I took it. I took it for 200, but I was planning on putting in more. I was planning on upping it to 500 total, and now that ship has sailed. Well, looks like
I'm gonna be honest.
At it in the parlay.
If the Falcons keep going up to -150, -160, I may end up taking the Commanders. We're going to have to see where this number falls because let me tell you something. Marcus Mariota is nothing to sleep about. He can be a formidable quarterback for a couple games. Once you get a little more than a couple games.
It's nothing about that. I'm not basing my decision off, and I know now someone talking about this game, we can get that. Sorry. JD hasn't said a word since I got on. He hasn't even said hi. This is about one thing only. The Falcons changing up their play calling scheme. They're bringing the OC down from the box to the sideline because they've had so many penalties at the offensive line, not being ready to go, not being on time, not everybody knowing the plays. That bringing the play caller down to the field, I think, is going to make all the difference.
Interesting. I respect it. JD, back to you for the Ravens and Chiefs.
Let's say, yeah. Let's get back to the Ravens.
Would you like to say hi to Jefe first? He seemed very upset there was no hello from you so far.
Hey, man.
I
Let me
mean,
also tell you something.
JD Alpha says hi and bye to me, as you know, multiple times a day.
He
You're
does.
welcome. Okay, first of all, now I'm peeling back the curtain. I had to drive past Jefe's place twice yesterday. I went to the Yankee game. Passed it to the Yankee game, home. So when I passed his house, I said, "Hi, I'm driving by you." He responds with, "You don't need to do this every day." I've never done it before. I was just driving by you. Piss off. Also, what I want to add here, Jefe, the standing camera for you, working
Like
pretty
that?
well for you, brother. You look pretty good. You're looking
Thanks,
pretty
man.
good.
Thanks,
JD,
man.
back to you.
All right. Well, I guess I'm going to keep this short. Take everything Stu said and take everything Alpha said there. And I agree with actually all of those points. Just to kind of add on a little bit here. As far as the offenses that the Ravens have faced.
What? Aiden. What is? I don't. Maybe I'm old. What the fuck does that mean, bro? Jefe, you don't want to read it. No, you're too young. You don't want to read it. You're too young.
As far as the Lions offense, they are very good. That is a offense that I would not want to face. As far as the Bills, their offense is very good. As an offense, I would not want to face. The Chiefs' offense is nowhere near those teams. I mean, nowhere near those teams.
I would agree. Right now.
Yes. Right at you now. And if you want to talk about a pissed off team, the Ravens are going to be a pissed off team. With just actually how they have lost actually both of those games that they have, I mean, they just absolutely have to be. Even with them at 1-2, I have the Ravens still ranked as my second best team. And they are very close to number one. The Bills edge them out currently.
Can't believe you have the Jackson Dart Giants as your top team right now. I get it. Undefeated with Jackson Dart behind the helm. I get it.
Yeah.
I don't even think the Giants will be the number one team in the ACC.
Jesus. Georgia Tech's looking pretty good. I might agree with you there.
I would take Florida. Yeah. I mean, that'll be a 30-minute conversation. I would take Florida State over them. I would take Florida State over them, Miami over them. They would be Clemson. It would be a close one, though. Might go into overtime.
Clemson sucks. JD, back to you.
Yeah, guys, the Ravens, everybody knows that I'm super high on actually them for the whole entire season. Matter of fact, I did re-bet them to win the Super Bowl at plus 600, which you can still get. You want to go ahead and do that now because after they beat the Chiefs this week, they will no longer be that. They'll probably go down to around the plus 400 area there. So I am back in on them, but I'm also playing something else. Give me the Ravens team total over 25.5. That is also a play that I really like. I really like the matchup for them here. And also, over the last 2 seasons, the Ravens are 26 and also 11 losses to their team total over. This is a team that just flies over that.
We're getting so much. We're getting so much injury news. I'm sorry. So much is going on right now.
Who else?
Xavier Leggett out. Chuba Hubbard, true questionable. Terry, there's a lot going on. I'll break it down a little bit.
But yeah, like I'm done.
JD, you have to stop cutting off JD. I know that was me, JD. I apologize, but that was 100% Jefe.
Yeah.
Oh, Tet McMillan.
He's out.
Wow.
True questionable now. And what I'm reading, it's looking unlikely that we see Tet McMillan this weekend. We're getting a ton of information right now on injuries. They're dropping every 2 seconds a new alert right now by Underdog. If you guys don't follow Underdog, I'm pulling back the curtain a little bit. I get so much information from practices and different injury news from Underdog NFL, and right now about every 3 seconds another tweet's going through. So if you guys want to see in real time what I'm looking at, check it out. They have a lot of great information. All right, boys. Anything you want to add before we get to JD's nightmare?
No, we talked about. I wanted to talk about the Falcons and the Commanders, but we did. Is that game the last game we got?
Yeah.
Yes. We have JD's nightmare.
Buddy, you're 100% right. I am in full on. I will knock you the fuck out mode.
Love to hear that. We're gonna jump right in. Chuba Hubbard, more updates. Calf injury. We're gonna jump right into JD's nightmare. Right in to JD's nightmare. You can see the game here. We have the Micah Parsons game. JD is our resident Cowboys aficionado, expertianato. Any other kinds of Ianato? That's what JD is for this Cowboys team. JD, over to you.
Aficionado.
Desperado.
This is a pretty bad spot, guys.
You don't say.
Thomas, we love you, brother, but why are you posting that you lean the Falcons right now?
I mean, as far as the Packers goes, I mean, I think this sets up as well as you want for them. They're coming off a loss here, and as far as the defense they faced, is basically the best defense in the league. Now they get to face, one of the absolute worst. As far as actually a pass defense goes, they probably are the worst. As far as the Packers, as far as their team total over, that's where I was first looking at here. But it is set at 27 with the hook. So I don't really love it at that number here. Just some random stats here. As far as in early season games, which means weeks 1 through 9, home dogs of at least 7 points are 19, 1, and 2 the last 3 years. Let me repeat that again. 19, 1, and 2 past 3 years, and they are 38, 10, and 2 since 2020. That makes it just that stat, and just the situation is another one of those games where it makes it hard to lay the points with the Packers here. Even though I think, no, they are the much better team. Like I said, the team total was really, really where I wanted to go here, but I think I'm going to have to lay off that. But as far as an actual parlay piece, I think I like them paired with the Rams.
Okay, I like it. I told you guys earlier my parlay of the week. It is the Green Bay Packers parlayed with the Chargers, so I have nothing else to say. Y'all know what I'm going to be taking in this game.
Sorry. There was actually one play. I forgot I found this. I actually did find Packers first half team total over 13. You can get that under the 14 mark, which I do think that is a good play.
There we go. Stu, what are you looking at?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like we're in agreement, and I'm normally more of a dog guy, honestly, but I do like the favorite here. Again, for me, a lot of it comes down to, the Cowboys, you already acknowledge it, have the worst pass defense in football. Bland's likely not coming back. It's not even going to be particularly close. You can pass on this team, right? So we know how, and also this, hey, Packers got Josh Jacobs too, just in case he can't pass. Yeah, you still got Josh Jacobs. It's a good fallback option to have. We know how they're going to score their points. When I look at this Cowboys team without CeeDee Lamb, I'm really concerned on how they're going to move the ball down the field. I think the Cowboys, what they need is Javonte Williams to have a really good week. And if you're betting on that in the year 2025, I mean, it's a rough outlook. That's not what I'd want to be relying on at all. Javonte has gone off to a better start. You got to give him credit for that, no doubt about it. But this is not a high-end rushing attack. And the Packers have the best defensive line in football this year.
Non-debatable.
So, Wyatt from the inside has a sack every game. Parsons from the outside. They have so much depth. This defensive line is scary. And right now, you can get Parsons at -144 to get a sack against his former team. Every time you open up the media, you see a new quote from Jerry Jones talking, we can win without Micah. It's not a big deal. Man, you want to get this guy fired up against your former team? There is no way. I'm trying to see if there's a better price right now. Yeah, -144 is the best I see. It's a little bit juiced, but there is no way Parsons is walking out of there without a sack, especially when you look at the game script. 7-point favorites. What does trailing mean? More dropbacks. More dropbacks mean more sack opportunities. And I just don't trust the team without CeeDee. CeeDee does so much. Pickens is good. I like Pickens, but what Pickens is good at is getting downfield and winning one-on-one. Guess what? You're not going to be able to do that. It's going to be too high safety. It's going to be double teams all day long because what's the opposition? How else can they beat you? Jake Ferguson 5 yards at a time?
Right.
His receptions is 6.5 this week. Jake Ferguson, that's the highest tight end number since freaking McBride. They're pricing him like tight end 1. And then you got Turpin and Tolbert beyond that. Like, taking CD out of this team is so huge because you can't just stick Pickens into that versatile slot role. That's not what he does well. So, yeah, I'm just very worried about the Cowboys scoring points here. So, give me the Packers.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, and just to add on to that, yeah, when you take CD out, you take so much of the playbook out, like a huge chunk of it just gone. So,
100%. We need, boys, a big weekend from Kevontae Turpin because unfortunately, I'm a Terry McLaurin fantasy owner, and my backup is Kevontae Turpin. So we need a big night from the Turpinator to cash our fantasy at least. So let's go Kevontae. Let's get a big game from him. Maybe he'll be the missing piece, but not too much to where the Packers are in trouble. Packers win by 900. But Turpin still gets a touchdown. We're all very happy campers there. Jefe, what do you like in this one? Oh, a little switcheroo.
This is one simple. Green Bay is in my teaser. So I'm obviously all over Green Bay. I got 2 props I'm looking at. Taking Prescott under passing yards. I think it's like a 233 or something like that. Green Bay should swallow him alive, to be honest with you. He's going to have trouble getting the ball deep and getting those passing yards. I can see a lot of safe net passes, like, outs to Javonte or outs to Ferguson, but nothing long over the field that I think would get him close to over 230. And second of all, I like Romeo Doubs over 40 receiving yards. Somebody's got to be the deep play threat, and we all know that the Cowboys literally don't play cornerbacks or safeties, and if they do, they're just wacky inflatable mans that just stand there and go like this. Not actual NFL caliber players. So somebody's gonna have a great game. I even think Golden, their first round pick, could have his breakout game this week, but I'm more comfortable with the rapport that Love and Dobbs have.
Guys, Jalen Warren, knee, true questionable, they're saying. Recommending to pick up Caleb Johnson, is it? The guy who
you gotta go Gainwell. You gotta go Kenneth Gainwell. He's the
he has looked good.
Johnson wasn't inactive because he fumbled back-to-back kickoffs in a row. So Gainwell was
Stu's 100% right. It'll be Gainwell, but that's a freaking Dublin game at 9:30 in the morning. Good luck. You want to do that? Good luck.
Get it? Yeah. Luck Irish. See what you did, Jefe. Well done there. JD, anything you want to add? This is your team. We're going to give you the final words on this before we get into a final couple segments. We absolutely flew today. Viewership, we have over 1,500. We appreciate every single one in here. As I said earlier, you see the guy below me, a little bit like the diagonal. Am I pointing right? I am. Who was doing the fist pump thing a second ago? Take a moment right now because we're going to queue up our sponsorship segment. You guys know what we're about to do. Right now, take your phone out. Go to X, Twitter, whatever you call the stupid app that we love so much with the Bluebird thing, and go follow Monotone Football right now. JD, back over to you before we get to our sponsored segments.
Yeah, man, nothing on the Cowboys game. I really don't want to talk about it.
What?
As far as the game that Jefe was just talking about, though, we do have a 9:30 a.m. start this Sunday.
I fucking love it. I love it for the first week that we have it. Then the next couple weeks, I fucking hate it, but I fucking love the first one.
It's terrible. It's honestly, it's horrendous. It's terrible.
Maybe you should wake up early.
Do the Giants and Panthers play one of those this year?
I hope not.
Because they got to cancel those flights. But I just wanted to say, because I got to run, so I wanted to just give my best bet here. For the week, and obviously you guys already know what the hell it is. It's the freaking It's the Falcons. I really do like the Falcons here, guys. They got flat out embarrassed last week. It's not even. It's nothing else. A zero burger against the Panthers. Penix looked like he couldn't even throw a pass. Bijan wasn't getting first downs, wasn't getting that large after contact yardage. Drake London hasn't suited up, I think, this year yet. So I hope he actually puts on cleats for this game. And I really do like the Falcons in this matchup, not just because Scary Terry and Jaden Daniels are out. Another game I just wanted to quickly touch on that we didn't go over, and then I'm going to let you guys get back to it. Monday Night Football, we got a doubleheader. Broncos Bengals, and then there's Jets Fins. I've watched too much of the Jets, and last week there was a point at about a 7-minute point in my life where I was like, wow, this is a season-changing win. And then the Jets went on defense and decided not to play any and let Baker Mayfield literally shit on them. And I am so embarrassed for them and how their coach acted in that moment, thinking that the game was over. Like I said, he literally forgot that a baseball game is 9 innings. You know what I mean? He was celebrating in the 8th.
You know what he acted, Jefe? He acted like he wanted an Olympic gold medal.
It was wild.
Unbelievable.
And even though the Dolphins also are 0-3, they played pretty well on Thursday night in Buffalo. I'm taking the Dolphins at home over the Jets. I am. I think the better offense wins. I'm not rolling with the better defense, which I think is the Jets. I'm rolling with the better offense, which I know is Miami. Fields should be a go for this one. He was a full participant in practice.
Yes.
Being that it's Monday, he should clear concussion protocol. And let me tell you something. That's why I'm taking Miami. If this was Tyrod, I'd actually be taking the Jets.
Interesting. Before we let you go, Jefe, I know you're about to get out of here. You're in a hurry. We're not going to have you back on. We're not going to be back on until the MLB is basically wrapped up. Final words. Who's going to win the AL East?
I want to say yesterday was the day where the Jays were looking at it, and at one point they looked at the Yankees score and like, finally. But the Yankees came back. I don't think the Yankees lose another game. I'll be really honest with you.
I don't either.
And I do believe the Jays probably lose one and go two out of 3 against the Rays. So I do think the Yankees win, and I have no idea what's going to happen in anything else because all these tiebreakers are insane. I will say, I hope the Mets make the playoffs because I got a lot of friends whose mental health is really just hanging on by a thread for the next 3 days, and I don't want it to be like that. But I'll say this: even if the Mets make the playoffs, they're getting fucking swept in the wild card. They don't even got a pitcher that belongs to pitch an inning in the postseason. God bless. Good luck. Let's go Yanks. Giants. Falcons. You know the words. Peace out. A-Town down. JD will do the thing later. Let's fucking win. Bye.
Appreciate you too.
Bye.
He didn't even say bye to you, JD.
I was trying.
What the fuck is wrong with this guy, huh?
I was trying.
I don't know what I did that was funny, but I appreciate it, Thomas. All right, boys. Well, you know what we do on the show. Well, Monotone might not, but all the boys in the chat and JD knows what we do next. And the next part about this show, first let me take this game off the screen, is we're going to go over our Hall of Fame player prop of the day. Guys, you can see on the screen right now, the HOF app, which is our favorite data app to find props and different edges in the sports betting world, is offering our viewers a 50% off promo code plus a 7-day free trial with promo code ATB50. Make sure you guys take advantage of that. You see the props we have every single day. JD, cue it up. What do we got this week?
Yeah, man. Today we're actually going to look at a couple different props. First one we have up here is the guy that has led the Bucks to 3 straight come from behind wins start the season. We are looking at the Baker rushing prop. For him to get 20 yards, you can get that at FanDuel at plus 110. And so far this season, this is actually what you can see here. He's at 39, 33, and then actually 44. Now, against this Eagles defense, which, as you can see here, also has been giving up rush yards, what do y'all think about this number?
I like it. I think he could definitely go over it. The only thing that scares me is he's banged up every week. He's got a lot of injuries right now, and he still is playing through them, and he's still running. So he's one of the toughest guys in the league, I'm going to be honest. Who would have thought that a couple of years ago when you looked at Baker Mayfield, that he'd turn into this caliber of a starting quarterback? But JD, I love it. I would definitely take that over.
Yeah, that was my thing of why the number is actually like as low as it is just because he is banged up, but actually he was banged up last week, and he still went well over this.
Oh yeah.
So this is one to me that just kind of like stuck out to me. There was one that Stu said that I want to look up here, and that is that Parsons sack.
Also, I do want to say for Stu, Alec Pierce officially rolled out just now for Sunday.
Yeah, that matters, honestly. That matters. Look out for A.B. Mitchell, though, off the bench. He's a good replacement guy. He gets great separation. He just actually can't catch the ball. Like, his separation metrics are so good. They make him look like a real deal guy, but he sucks at actually catching it. So we'll see if that works out.
See if Daniel Jones can lay some delicious dimes right into his lap this weekend. We'll see how that one plays out.
So I don't have any odds up here for actually this one. Looks like this year he has had 1 sack, so actually far. But yeah, this was one I was hoping that they were going to have odds up for. I'm not sure why they don't have odds up.
Defensive stuff is harder for them to pull. All the apps are kind of struggle with the defensive stuff because books list it really weird. Like,
Gotcha.
it's not a yes no. It's just a yes.
Yeah.
So they have trouble pulling those odds. But FanDuel has minus 144. If
That's what I have on FanDuel as well. So I was just looking at.
But yeah, as far as that Parsons prop is one that I definitely like. And actually, he said all the reasons why, and they were all great. But yeah, guys, as far as this actually is the HOF app, we've gone through it a ton of times, but you can just go to NFL and you can sit here and go by game and actually research per game here, by the matchups all through here as far as the actual like usage share. You know, you can go through teams and see things that way, and you can filter that and go towards the red zone, you know, like see who is actually getting their targets there. They have the trends section here also, which is really fun to actually go through. Matter of fact, the first one that pops up is actually Mayfield over 29.5 rush yards, where you can get it plus 270.
Hell yeah.
And actually they're showing a nice 73% edge there on that one. Yeah, guys, you know, as far as the code we have down there, ATB 50, that actually does give you a 7-day free trial. Just actually try it out. And if you don't like it, you know, hey, fine. But I promise that you will.
100% agree with you guys. It costs nothing to try the 7-day trial. Give it a shot. You could always cancel if you don't like it. All right, boys. There's one more thing we still do on this show, and we still have to go over our best bets for Friday, September 26th, when the games we all really know for Sunday, September 28th. All right, JD, we all know Best Bets is not just powered by the three of us today. Best Bets is powered by Funded Stake. Before we go into a little bit more about Funded Stake, JD's cousin Derek is going to say a few words.
FundedStake.io, the ultimate platform for sports traders looking to unlock their potential without risking their own money. We're here to help you transform your sports betting skills into a profitable and sustainable business. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, Funded Stake gives you the tools and capital to scale your success. Here's how it works. 1. Choose your account. Pick an account size that fits your needs, starting from $1,000 all the way up to $50,000. Your journey starts here. 2. Take the challenge. Hit the profit target while sticking to our risk management rules. For example, with a $10,000 account, aim for $3,300 in profit, place a minimum of 25 sports bets, and maintain the required daily and total loss limits. 3. Get funded. Once you pass the challenge, we'll provide the capital for you to trade. You can keep up to 80% of your profits while we take on all the financial risks. At FundedStake.io, you'll benefit from a fully personalized dashboard where you can monitor your trades, track your challenge progress, and place real-time bets on all major sports leagues. Our platform is built for transparency, ease of use, and performance. With FundedStake.io, you can focus on winning and scaling your success while we cover the risks. No financial stress, just growth and profits. FundedStake.io. Bet smarter, scale faster, win bigger.
Bet smarter, scale faster, win bigger with Funded Stake. Guys, Funded Stake's a fantastic company where you can take one of their challenges, you pass one of their challenges, and they will fund you to use their money and keep a portion of the returns. JD, I ask you every day on the show, what's better than gambling with someone else's money and keeping a portion of the returns?
Very few things.
Very few things and absolutely nothing we can say on the air. I can think of a couple things, but nothing I can say on the air. So make sure you guys check out Funded Stake. JD, you want to pull up Funded Stake and we'll put in our best bets of the day?
For sure.
Let's do it.
Right here, right now, we're on the live section. And go ahead and tell you, everything that's live right now, I don't know what any of this is.
Me neither.
So if anybody knows any of these teams, hey, you can go and live bet on it, but I personally do not. So we're going to go over here to the NFL section. Let's go with Jefe's first. He wanted to lay it with these Chargers here.
There we go.
Spread. Don't know why they laid it out weird this time. Chargers -6.5, -110. And it's Jefe's best bet.
There we go. There we go. Stu, what's your best bet of the week? We just need one of them.
Let's do. I think we're all kind of on the same page. Do Baltimore Ravens money line, man. Let's
Love
do it.
Let's go. Let's go. All over that. Yeah, the three of us are on that. Jefe's dumbass on the other side, so hopefully we're the right ones when it comes to this game.
Yeah, can you celebrate for me next week? I don't know if I'll be here, but I'd appreciate you just remembered me as you celebrate.
Oh, once they win, Monday we're on the show. Me, Monotone, and JD will be taking credit for that pick. And if it loses, JD and Monotone will be taking credit for that pick. JD, give me the Colts. Give me the Colts. Plus 3.5.
Colts.
The Fighting Daniel Joneses. Indiana Jones. Danny Dimes. The comeback player of the year. Give me the Colts.
I wish that was an early slate game instead of competing with the other one, because that would be a big screen one for me, no doubt. The Rams got screwed back-to-back weeks. Rams-Eagles should have been a primetime game instead of whatever Bills-Dolphins BS we got,
Could not agree more, bro. Could not agree more. See, I got the 3 TV set up here. So I got the red zone on the main screen, Giants on the top left, and then whatever I feel like is the best game on the top right. So I agree with you. That would have made the big screen. But we had to put it on the red zone TV. So it made the big screen, but should have been the prime timer.
Yeah, it's personal preference. I like using red zone as the off TV, not the main one. It's a good supplement, but I like having a main one I can lock into,
Unfortunately, here in New York, I get the Giants on one, I get the Jets on the other.
Yeah.
Ain't neither worth watching over red zone.
Guys, I'm going
JD?
Back to that Ravens game, and I'm going to go with the Ravens team total over 25.5 minus 116 here.
There we go. Well, gentlemen, that's going to be all for our regular scheduled programming, but we still have a couple slides we're going to put up and a couple shout-outs to do. First, our big shout-out, the biggest shout-out we could do, is for Stu at Monotone Football. Stu, you are absolutely fantastic. Every time you come on here is one of my favorite shows of the year. We have a great time. I think all the guests we have on here are fantastic. Shout out Pick'em Nick, who's in the chat. He's here all the time. Love when you're on the show as well. But Stu, you always do a fantastic job. Yet again, let the people out there know where they can find it in case they didn't hear the other 4 times we went over that already.
Yeah, you can just let them know. I'm better than Pick'em Nick. You can let them know.
Wow.
I'm just kidding around. But we had a great time last year. I always appreciate the invite. I just love talking football. I'll go in a cave and talk football. I'll go wherever. So if you invite me, I'll come talk, and I appreciate the invitation as always. Normally, I would be doing Pass the Prop right after this, but my boy Player Prop Savant, it's his birthday today. He's got a wedding stuff, so that's going to be like 3-4 a little bit later in the day, something like that. But I'm over on Substack. I do free game previews and then player props behind the paywall. Fantastic start to the season. I told you for the season, I'm all in on football this year. Before I was doing other stuff in the back, but it's all in, and it's been awesome so far. I've got great results. Hey, we're 22 on the new Substack leaderboard. I got to catch up to Stomp Chris and Flossie Flay. I can't let these guys beat me. I got to catch up. So I'd appreciate if you guys could help me out with that. And yeah, that's all I got. I appreciate it.
Hell yes, Stu. We appreciate you. And also make sure you guys follow him on X, on Twitter, the Bluebird, whatever you call the app. You can see his @ right down there. @Monotone Football. I say it all the time. Honestly, my favorite guy to have on here for football. He is one of the sharpest minds. And, of course, Pick'em Nick. Me and Stu go back years and years and years, though. I've been on Pass the Prop. He's come on here with us. He does a fantastic job. So, Stu, we appreciate you, brother. Pick'em Nick, you're right there, too, baby. JD, back over to you.
Yeah, guys, just a couple more things we have to do. We're actually going to put up this little slide just to show y'all one more time. As far as the Hall of Fame app, you can get 50% off your first purchase, plus that 7-day free trial with code ATB50. And then for funded stake, you can get 20% off any challenge with code MBM20. Yeah, Stu, thank you very much. It is definitely always fun. We will definitely have to do this again soon. Guys, besides that, we're got a little under 1,800 people here live rocking with us. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate the chat. Let's have a weekend. This is a great weekend of sports. It is all day, both days. So we're going to have a great time. But, there's only one thing left to do, guys. Let's fucking win.
Let's fucking win. Everyone out there, please say a prayer for me today. I am being dragged to go to a fucking museum all day, so please think of me. Just know how miserable I'm going to be, but please think of me out there. And when I get back, we're going to be cashing all our fucking bets. Thanks again to Stu. And as the GOAT, JD, always says, let's fucking win. We'll see you guys on Monday. Peace out.